Just like that, boys, for literally no reason, we started streaming again. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I have to make the stream public. And now it should show up. Cool. Now we will get our mandatory one viewer, that is myself. And we get on the road. Let's see, give it a sec. Let me go ahead and get a link to the stream so I can post it in the Discord. That's always important. The Discord peeps know what's going on. That's why they're there. Alright. Alright. Sunday afternoon, no reason for me to stream at all. Other than iDoobie. And there we go. All set up. Oh, I just disabled streamer mode on Discord. That was not intended. Let's see. Let me turn streamer mode back on. How do I do that? I am such a noob. Streamer mode enabled. Enable streamer mode. There we go. Okay. So let's just get to it while everyone's getting here. Hopefully the thumbnail was understandable. I did not want to put much effort into it today. It's a Beatles and Lelux. Okay. So some things I added since the last stream. If you're trying to follow the series of events, let me edit my screen color options. There we go. So I added a I added a lantern so you can see. Or maybe I added that during the stream. No, I added this in between. So you can go down into here and you can actually see where you're going. And the lantern's actually pretty computationally efficient. So you can see that that is our TPS right now, boys. We are in good track here. Is the structure exporter done? That is going to take a lot more significant work because the structure exporter is mostly done. There was some bugs with it though that I will have to stamp out, but I wanted to work on a website for it, and that is going to take a lot more work. Because I need to design a website for where people can share their things, right? So yeah, that's going to take more work because that is not as easy as you may think. I don't know if you've ever tried to put together a website where you can share content without using something like Wix or a pre-generator, but it's not very easy. All right, so yeah, we have our lantern, and then there's also this, which when I right-click it, it gives me a quest item. And if I right-click it, it says has, because I already have the item. There you go. So now I need to basically do some interfacing and that kind of garbaggio. So essentially what happens is you right-click on things and you get items, and then you use the items to complete the quest. For the basic form of quest, the item-based quest system. So let's see. Player interact. What items should they get for this? Yeah, I put it so that my text editor is an overlay. That's not completely solid, just because if I'm coding, then it'll work. Okay. So I don't know what you mean by just in general how, because there is stream delay, so I don't really know what you're seeing, so I don't really know what how means. You click on things and things happen. Yeah, usually that's what happens. I have had cases where you click on things and things don't happen, but most of the time that's not the case. So let's make this work with item on ground. I want to have that too. Other input method. So let's summon an armor stand. Here, tags. Okay, let's make it vulnerable. And probably hand items. I think main hand is the left side. All right. Right hand. Yeah, left side is right hand. So then let's go ahead and get this hand pose to be correct. So pose right arm there we go. So that puts the hand flat. So then now let's go ahead and add now we're actually dealing in functions. Align XYZ, run, and then spawn this guy. RPG item slash quest slash set ground. I just want to be able to set this guy on the ground. So go ahead and do negative 0.5, and it should align properly. Oh, it needs no gravity. Okay, so that's not quite down there yet. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm stupid. Let's summon a item frame. Okay. Is there a way to update commands to newer versions without manually doing it? Of course not. How would the game know what version you're coming from and what version you're going to? Okay, summon. I mean, you can't even do that with like programming in general. So okay. Um, there we go. Let's give it checked quest.item. Copy. Paste. Delete. Done. Item frames are best because it will already be aligned to the ground, and they are the least laggy. Bailey asked what the server is like. It is like a MMORPG with zombies. So, however you think. It is not like COD Zombies, because COD Zombies is wave-based and endless. Okay, so now there's a fixed item there. So, let me do kill at equals quest dot item. Uh, I wonder if that's even a thing. Let's see if that's a thing. Uh, Misode, I need to see if like you can detect right clicking on a is it marker? Well, yeah, but marker can't show an item, a physical item. So it's the least laggy thing that will display an item. Let me see if interact with entity works on anything. Condition, entity, item frame. Let's generate one of these advancements. Let's see if I can do something with right-clicking on an item frame. If not, I have to detect right-clicking a villager, which sucks, but you know, that is what it is. All right, so I created a advancement. The reward is RPG test. Okay. That works, but this doesn't. Maybe if I take off invisible, it might be the fixed. Honestly, it might be the fixed, but let me try this. Yeah, I think it's the fix that prevents me from right click detecting the right click. But the problem is people will obtain the item if they do that. Oh wait, no, they'll right click the item. What if I left click it though? What if I let me go into adventure? Let me put this inside the function so that it'll say clicked every time I right click it. Okay, but what if I... Okay, so I can right click it. Hey, leave me alone. You son of a... Okay, okay, okay. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I'm just trying to right click. I'm just trying to right click. I am just trying to right click. I'm just trying to break this. Okay, cool. So I can allow people to... Do not kill me. Okay. Alright. So I can allow people to spin it, and it'll totally be fine. Let me just ensure one more thing. Hey, what's up, Oliver Ryder? Oh, I can disable the Sublime for a second here. Okay, that well, I did make it invulnerable though. That shouldn't be able to do it. Let me go into adventure and try shooting it with an arrow. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to break that, but I'll definitely have my people that break things come on and test it. But I think this is actually good because then you just have you have the complete right-click interaction with just a item frame, which to me is ideal. I was expecting to have to use villagers, but if you can get away with just an item frame, that's awesome. How did I make the screen tint? I did that in the last live stream. It was with let me turn on the Sublime for you. It was with uh action title and custom fonts. Okay, so this is gonna be item frame here. It's gonna run RPG functions player interact. It's going to run RPG player interact item frame start. and this will do advancement, evoke, I don't know. You just go here, RPG, player, interact, item frame, take away the advancement. Explosions might do it. No, it's invulnerable, so as long as players can't destroy it. Alright, so let's replace brewing stand with item frame, but instead of looking for if block, we need to do if entity at e type equals item frame distance equals okay, so if it finds item frame, and maybe I'll do as, and let's give the player a tag. There's just a line of code from level 4 to 170? No? Okay. So oh, I actually broke something here. I need to keep this line inside the brewing stand. It's kind of important. All right. So then we do let's go if entity as tag equals quest dot item. So if it's a quest item frame, then run this function. And then in this case, it would do data modify storage set from entity at s items at 0. There's no slots, and then it needs to do execute as at p run at p tag equals this. And then inside here, I need the scoreboard players sets line. It's my quasi raycast that I put together here. It's kind of like a raycast, but I know how long it's going to be. And let me change this to 1, 0.5, because that might be important. But I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, let's do reload. There you go. So when I right click it, I get the item that was in there, because I don't have it. I think so. I don't think it what? I'm a little confused. Okay, so it's trying. And maybe it's oh, I need to get off of Steam. You heard that? Something's broken now. Or maybe I'm like the wrong angle. Yeah, it's like the wrong angle. Oh, it's because I'm not anchored. Okay. Duh, I need to add the anchored eyes, because normally I already have that assumption. But in this one, since I'm coming from a advancement. Anchor. I might have typed that wrong. Yeah. I did H'd. I'm dumb. Why don't you use an armor stand with an item? Because armor stands are laggier, and they don't have right-click interaction like item frames. Okay, let me reload my error log, see if there's any errors. Okay, we're good. Oh, you know what it is? I need to remove the advancement because there was an error. Okay, so now we're good. Yay! Okay, so got the potion. Got the potion. Tells me I has it. I has it. Okay, now I can remove the check. Be all good. The whole point is to be able to set up items that players can right-click and get, but they are not limited. They are infinite, and you can only have one of them in your inventory at a time. Or one of this item. There you go. Perfect! Now, the only side effect, the only downside to this method is that players spin the item in the item frame, and that's how it detects the interaction, but that is a super, super tiny side cost for the benefit of 100% accurate right-click detection, and it's an item frame, so way better efficiency, because you might have a lot of these things. I do all my things for a reason, so if we sit here and question all the reasons I do these things, we may be here for a while. But we may be here for a while regardless anyways, so I guess it's fine. So this spawns the item frame, but obviously... No, if you lock it, the right-click advancement doesn't work. And then you would have to use a villager or something to detect right-click. The good news is since it's invulnerable, people can't take the item in adventure. I mean, I doubt people are going to be spamming it because that happens. I mean, you go up to the item's in a dangerous spot, and that happens, and you're just screwed. Ah, yay, now I'm infected. I appreciate. Oh yeah, I made this a little nicer, so like it blocks you kind of from going down there. I also made zombies not die in the daylight. I could undo the turning, but why does that matter? I mean, I guess I could. I can edit the data. I don't really see a big reason to. It's not, and the commands are not that expensive, so it's not like they'll lag the game by right-clicking it quickly, but I can undo the spin. I mean, that's possible. Where is it? Oh, data modify entity at s rotation. What is it? Item rotation. Set value for the 0p. There you go. I mean, if that makes you happy. It's not, you don't have to worry about it. People aren't going to notice it. But anyway, so that's that. So now I have to get the instantiation, the creation, you know, the making of the thing. So the way that I want to do that is I'm going to summon this guy. I'm going to give it a tag of init. Then I'm going to do data modify entity at e Type equals item frame, tag equals init, limit equals 1. Item set from entity at s selected item dot tag selected item tag at e remove it, and there we go. So that's how you make one of these things. Then I need to do remove ground. All right, so then you just have to kill one of these guys. Kill at e tag equals quest dot item sort equals nearest limit equals 1. Distance equals dot dot 4 just for safety. So RPG item quest remove ground. That gets rid of it. This will set ground. That will make one where you're standing. So now users can right click it and get the item. Interesting. Do I already have the item? It's weird because it says has. Oh, okay. That's actually a slight miscalculation. Let me run start. Yeah. The has. No. That's totally fine. So what's wrong here? Oh, it's saying it twice. Okay, so that means it's detecting it twice. Player, interact, item frame, start. Setting temp to 1. That should prevent it from... Okay, well, let me see how many times it says the word at. That says at has. That says at. Then it says at again and has. Interesting. So it triggers twice. But it should cancel the trigger because it sets the score to 0. Why are you doing this? Oh. Maybe. No. There's not 2 of them. How many cobbles does it take to change a light bulb? Not 0. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it's because of the right click per tick. Try at has. Okay, once. Try at has. Does it twice. Interesting. Huh. Well, let's definitely go with limit equals 1. Maybe that affects it. Nope, that's not it. What I can do is I could do... I could do that. That might... There you go. That definitely limited it. We're good. That's good enough. It's not that big of a deal. I just don't want it to say you already have this item when they right-click it the first time. No, that's not the reason. It's supposed to stop immediately. It shouldn't detect one block in front, but who cares? Okay. So let's go with the folder here. Set and remove. And let's add the functions into the folder because there's going to be multiple methods here. Ground. Okay. And then we're going to have brewing stand, and this is going to be a new function. Okay, good. So then we're just going to simply do brewing stand with a lock on it. And then data modify block items at 0. Merge from entity selected item at 0. Let's retry. We get that quest item. Then we run function rpg item slash quest slash set slash oh, does not like what I did because I said summon rpg item quest set. Okay, it still doesn't like what I did. Oh, because I put these in the wrong spot. Of course. There we go. So that's the brewing stand, but it didn't work. So 30 seconds, I think. What? There is about a 20-second delay. Is it more efficient to store data in the chest or scoreboard? Neither. You store it. Scoreboard is always going to be better, but if you need data, then store it in the data storage. Okay. Let me do insert 0 and then go like this. I mean, I forget sometimes the exact code to use. That's not right. That is what we should use. Right, there you go. So now if I don't have, there you go. Okay, I obtained the item. Cool. There you go. Oh, it still says has. That's so weird. Is it the order? Could be the order. But it wasn't doing it in this one, right? Huh. The order is really funky here, but I can just force it to only do it once. That's okay. Quest item, at block, swap that, and then there you go. There you go. Cool. As for removing a brewing stand, I don't see a reason why I need a function for that. And then I also want to do one more thing. Just do if data entity as selected item dot tag dot quest item, and then execute unless data entity as selected item dot tag dot quest item run tara as text no quest item in hand. Color red. There you go. So now if you try and set a brewing stand without a quest item, you put in it, it'll tell you that you can't. And now you can. Okay, and I'll do the same for the item frame. That way there isn't invisible item frames that we aren't aware of. So we go back to item. quest set ground, and then you add the unless data to the end here, and then we add this here, little caveat. There you go. So now if you try and set on ground, it'll also tell you no item to set. But now if I have one, put one down. And then let me go to remove ground. That'll get rid of it, and that'll get rid of it. So now we're good. So we have two methods for storing items that players can get. What's up, guys? I was just reading the chat really quick, see if there was anything that I necessarily needed to respond to besides just read. So yeah, we're gonna have an item down here in the basement, and it's gonna be actually, yeah, right there. But I need to figure out what the quest items are gonna be, and it's, you know, it's a very big commitment that I don't like doing. Not big on committing to what is going to be in the game. Here, I can get rid of the Sublime text window for a second here. Sort of how world edit is necessary for cool things. I mean, if you need world edit, just get world edit. So what items? So obviously they need to make, I need to have an antidote, which is just going to be a potion, honestly. But it's to cure the infection, right? So what do you need from that? I mean, yeah, people have made it, but I don't see a huge use for it. It's slower than World Edit, and Bling Edit is much slower than World Edit. It's not great. It's okay. Yeah, this is a model of a lantern. I'll make a video on it sometime soon. The lantern looks sus, yeah. Look at how you hold it in third person. It do be sus. And it do be given light. Okay, so potion, how do they make it? Honestly, I don't want to make it too complicated. Let's just make it they have to get 2 items. This is just a beginner quest, though. This will be a non-repeatable. Or maybe I'll allow it to be repeatable. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this just uses a very simple code to place light blocks with markers in them and then delete light blocks where the markers are. But it occurs once every half second because players can't really move from one block to another that quickly. You don't need to do it every tick, so it's very efficient. Yeah, so it basically updates every half second. You see kind of the jumpiness of the light, but you would have seen that whether I did it at 20 ticks or at every 10 ticks, like 20 ticks per second or 2 ticks per second. Just because that jumpiness happens because it's a block. Like you can't move the light fraction of a position. Lanterns have their lanterns shut off in certain areas. I mean, that's definitely possible to control. I tried messing around with having lantern oil. So like for example, I tried messing around with like lantern oil. So for example, like uh you have to refuel your lantern, but the amount of code needed to make it work was uh a little bit, it wasn't a ton, but the implications were a bit much, and I didn't like the added weight for the benefit of there is no benefit. It's just annoying to players. Because, for example, I don't need this light. If I boost the gamma on my screen and I turn brightness to bright, I don't need the light. Screw that. Who cares? I can just run around and not use it. So I really don't see a reason to punish people who need a lantern because they want to play more atmospherically. I don't want to punish people and force and just make everybody turn their gamma up and not use lanterns. So that's why I decided not to go with lantern fuel. Yeah, well, basically, that's what I just got done saying. PvP is that if you're doing something that players can easily bypass for no like just easily just change on their own computer without cheating, it's literally not cheating, it's just accessibility, then there's no reason to punish people who do need to use it. So the lantern is going to be an item that's very easy to obtain. Maybe you just get it when you spawn, and you can always have it so that if you want to play with very dark settings and use the lantern for the ambiance, you can. But I mean, if you don't want to use the lantern, you can also not use the lantern, but you can also put it in your offhand, so there really isn't no reason to play with a super high gamma. Is there a gun animation? No, because adding a gun animation adds, again, an unnecessary amount of overhead and lag to the server that is not worth just showing a gun move a little bit. People don't care that much about it, especially if people will care a lot more if they're constantly lagging while you shoot than if their gun does not move when they shoot. So whenever you're working on a server, you have to balance gameplay features with whether it's worth adding them. The lantern could be a quest item. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, people are just going to turn their gamma up and then they'll just leave it there. And that's no fun. I'd rather just have them, have it. There will be some items they get when they first spawn, so it'll probably be one of those. I don't want I don't want to discourage people from playing at a dark, like, I think people should ideally be playing like this darkness outside. Like, I feel like that's very atmospheric. It's very cool. But I mean, if I never have a lantern, then I probably will want to turn my brightness up and do a little troll. Wait, you can use two guns at once in your offhand? No, because that would probably I mean, yeah. Maybe I'll add a way to do that with certain types of guns, like have a two-hand and a one-handed weapon. I haven't played around with that. But it does add some complications. Because obviously you can't right-click and have it only trigger the offhand, if that makes sense. But that is a good idea. I might want to add that. So if you have a one-handed weapon, then you can use two one-handed weapons or one two-handed weapon. But that's going to require some extra logic. So one important thing to note is if you have an infection, you can't enter the safe house. That is a safe house, but there is zombies in there because I did not set game rules for zombies. So if I go here, it says, you look kind of sick, sorry, but we can't take any chances letting the infected in. And then if you're a new player, you're gonna have a tag that makes him say, try scouting out the hospital behind you for supplies. And then that's why you go to this hospital here. And then the person in the hospital that will be here is gonna tell you how to get a antidote. Well, guns are right click. There will be melee weapons, yes. Do you accept help? I will not have any help when it comes to commands, but I will probably have moderators once the game is more fleshed out. And I'll also have content creating moderators, because the way that the game is designed, I mean, you saw it right there. I have an item in my hand. How did I get this item? /give in the chat. Okay, well, now I want to make an item for a quest. Okay, just run this function, which I'll have a Telrom menu where you click the name and it runs the function if you're a moderator. Okay, so that creates items that people collect. Well, next I need to add a feature for adding quests and dialogue, and I'm going to add that in the game so that you don't have to have it hard-coded. This game is basically, if you wanna compare this game, it's basically Left 4 Dead 2 mixed with Dying Light mixed with Fallout 76, basically like a MMO. So it's complicated, but it's kind of like Left 4 Dead if it were an MMO and there were NPCs and towns. And also that's why there's pressure plates because in teleport because I don't want zombies to be able to get in, obviously. Who are going to be mod? Whoever I decide is going to be. There's also a prevention for teleportation here. And it prevents certain players from going up here because early people who are earlier in the game are not going to be allowed to go up here. So there's kind of like some exclusivity to different locations. I will show, since a lot of you guys are new, I'll show the loot system real quick. I could use multiple, but again, like I'm trying to make sure that this project is for a server. So it not working inside doors and it being choppy is a minor problem. And minor problems I do not fix using code because minor problems are things people can get over. But people can't get over completely lagging out because I fixed too many minor problems. Because if I put blocks around them, even if I just do, one on each side, that changes it to be 5 times less efficient for every person using a lantern at once. So you go from, say, 20 people with 20 markers and 20 light blocks to 100 light markers and 100 light blocks for the same 20 people. Just to get the added benefit of what it working inside of doors. Well, people don't spend all their time inside doors, so. Zombies can't tell. No, zombies teleport anybody that's on the pressure plate. That's obvious. Am I going to use plugins? The only plugins I will use on the server are ones for connecting to the server, like ranks, and because ranks are not something you can do. Permissions and ranks are not something you can do in vanilla practically, unless you want to waste the whole teams and have prefixes. Now you can't use teams. So I'm going to use ranks. Okay, so down here you get the quest item. What are the 2 items that you get? Let me think about that while I take a quick break. Hold on. All right, I'm back. How do you not get burnout? That's what Ra asks. I don't not get burnout. Have you ever seen me not post for more than a week? That's what that is. And most of my posts only take me like 20 minutes, so if you don't see me working on something like this, that means I am currently in the burnout and I am just posting to post. Rotten flesh and fermented spire for the vaccine potion recipe. That's not a bad idea. I was really considering whether I should take it the realistic route or the who cares, let's just throw some items that make sense route. And I think the who cares route might be better, at least for now. What will the ranks be? They will be Regular ranks, probably. So there will be ones for donators, stuff like that. Milk and bottle for vaccine. Milk makes sense because it does clear potion effects. That's not a bad idea. Actually, I like that one. I might have to go with that one. Detect left click. It's not worth it because you have to left click mobs. You have to detect a left click that's a melee, but you have to detect a melee, which means having a mob that the player punches. It's not really worth it. Are there going to be different lobbies or all in one game? There will be sub servers that are clones that you can connect to, maybe even based on your region, depending on what I can work out with my server host. That like there'll be a maximum limit. So there'll be probably a main lobby where you pick a sub lobby, but all of them you will have the same items in. Okay. How do you get ranks? That will probably just be through donation. Or if you're a moderator, you get moderator. That's, I mean, how somebody gives it to you. Yep. And then, oh no, one asks, you can't get launch to work. I don't know. If you do it like I showed in the video, it does work. Maybe you're launching it downwards because you're not like looking in the right direction or something. I don't know. All right. So let's put something here. Let's do a potion. Give potion. And the potion will be a color. The color will be just kind of aqua, like clear-ish. And then count obviously of 1. Okay. I can do everything from here, honestly. Once I have the color, I can do everything myself. Then I need to have a custom ID for this item. So, well, actually, quest item is something that I don't look for as a 1B, but I do like having it. So let's go, quest item ID 1. I like having 1B so I can just check like inside selectors. Why would I add an Among Us potion? What modifications are allowed? What do you mean? Like mods when you're playing? Probably none. Maybe Optifine, things that don't cheat. But I don't see why any mods that you could put on that are client side would be that bad, that beneficial. Like some kind of X-ray, I don't see why you would need that because you don't go caving. Pretty much every mod would be blacklisted. Any mod that gives you an unfair advantage would be blacklisted, but okay, let's give this guy a display name text antidote. There you go. But that's not antidote. That's not the antidote. Let me do TP appy to @e equals create limit equals 1. There we go. Oh, whoa. It's out here. Okay. Well, let's open this crate. I kind of wanted to get some core items as a reference. I did not get anything. That's awesome. Very pog champ. Okay, let's steal it from you. Please give me something. Yes. Okay, I got some items. Good. So the way that I do it is I keep let me do F3H. I say miscellaneous in blue. So blue text, and then I use gray text. And then I also use a different color for the name. So that's how I do the lore. So let's get the lore. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't provide an advantage, I probably will not care. Because I'm not, it's hard for me to know what it's hard for me to know what mods you have, so I don't know how I would know, but if you're cheating, you're cheating. That's gonna be apparent. I don't know how you would cheat though. I guess if you have some kind of auto clicker, but we're not gonna have PvP on in the beginning of the game. Okay. Okay, and the color that is, I actually had it saved somewhere. Uh, it's under crate, no, it's under event crates list. Nope. Spawn, no, editor. It's under editor. Editor set crates. That's the color. There we go. So now it matches, and then I think well, let me see the spacing there. Is that right? That's right. Okay. So then I need some space. I need to make it gray. I need another line just for like a description. Okay, so I need to copy this into a command because it got too long. Okay. So then now I can just type this basic ingredient for making an antidote. Okay. Okay, that's even too much. So let me just split this. I think there's 2 commas here. There we go. So that's the quest item. And then I'm just going to make a file really quickly that is kind of like an items cache, like a save spot. So let me do that. Function item quest new text document. Is the server released? No, hell no. Got a lot of ways to go. The potion has no effect, so there's nothing to worry about. It's not shiny. It has no effect. There you go. Oh, I meant to. Okay, well, let's put that back. Okay, so then I just hold it and I use function RPG item quest set brewing stand. Okay, so now when you come down here, you right click this and you get the antidote. Is the owner allowed to play the server? Yeah, of course I can play the server. I needed bug test. And then let's do it. I need to have an additional tag here called quest ID. And I'm gonna give this guy a quest ID tag of 1. So this is actually an additional rule I need to make to the game. So there's a thing I need to do called quest ID, which basically uh it's a special type of item that it only lets you grab that item if you are on that quest, if that makes sense to you. Just because there are some quests that I don't want people to be able to repeat. So I will not be getting a group of bug testers. It'll just be an alpha, and it'll be a closed alpha for people in the Discord probably. I don't know. I'll do it how I do it. We'll see when it comes. I don't know. Item quest obtain start. Okay, so this is the other caveat. So this will be under get. So if you are going to get it, we are going to do execute if data storage rpg in dot tag dot quest id. No, execute store result score hashtag temp1 math run data get storage rpg in dot tag dot quest id. Execute if score hashtag temp1 math matches 1 or greater. No, if score hashtag temp1 math matches 1 or greater, if score hashtag temp math equals @s quest id run function rpg and then all this stuff. Like actually get it. If score matches 0, then you still also get it. But if it matches 1, actually I really don't want anything to happen. So when you right click, nothing will happen. Okay, so then we have a get 1. And then get 1 has these two things, and get has, oh, you're not seeing me code, I'm sorry about that. But it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, reload. Now it does nothing when I right click it. But if I click it with let me make a new scoreboard for quest ID. Now if I right click it when I have a quest ID, wait, what? Let me run this. It is 1. Oh, I have temp. I don't have temp 1. Okay, we're good. My bad, my bad. There you go. So you get it if you have the quest 1, if your quest ID is 1. But if you don't have quest ID or it's not 1, then you don't get the item. So this kind of makes it so the items are only obtainable when you're on this quest. No, I don't want it to say this quest. You're right. I should equip the lantern. The YouTube thing, it's darker. My bad. But yeah, maybe I can rename the brewing stand so it says something more meaningful. I can't say this quest is locked because it will say the brewing stand is locked even when you have the quest. Let me do item quest set brewing stand, but I will give it a different name, I guess. Actually, no, I will give it no name. I think no name is better. Or no, because it still say is locked, right? Let me see. It'll just say is locked. What happens if I'm in adventure? Does that mess with my... Let me see what happens. Interesting. So that's... Yeah, it does. It does break the action bar when you right-click it. Interesting. I think I could mess with the lang file for is locked. I think it's something in the lang. Let me try it and see if it's in the lang. No, you could do multiple quests at a time, but there's some quests that you have to be on the quest in order to get the items. Like, for example, this one. Because I don't want people to be able to, like, keep getting the antidote just for doing these two things, because these two things are going to be purposefully simple for the players, for new players. Okay, actually I can mess with the lang. So I can just go like this. No, F3T. Now it says nothing. You're welcome. I messed with the lang file. It actually says something. It just says the name of the thing that you're right-clicking. But that when it says the name, the name is nothing. So you get the antidote. And I think milk is also important, and also I need to make it not named antidote. That would be kind of dumb. Wait. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I actually need to make it not named antidote because that's kind of dumb. Let me name it something more meaningful. Because then it's already made. Like, then it's technically not. So I'll just call it like raw antidote. It's not like it's not ready yet. I don't really see a reason to immediately put something to the action bar because I already have things that go up in the action bar, so I don't really want to touch that. It's not really a problem. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I'll call it raw antidote. Raw antidote, and then you need the raw antidote, and then you also need probably like milk or something for now. I'll change it if it makes more sense later, but I just want to have something to obtain just so that I can keep getting work done. I mean, I have to make it at some point, you know, like I have to make a decision, but I can easily change it just by changing whatever items in there. Awkward antidote, or like an awkward potion, yeah, that's a possibility. Whatever name makes most sense. Okay, so then I also want to put the last. No, it's okay. I'll leave that there, I guess. I also want to put the last item somewhere in here because there's going to be a lot of zombies spawning in here probably, so it could be a little bit intense, maybe. So I think like right here, and then let's get this, and the quest ID is 1, the quest item ID. Why did I make quest item ID? I don't know why I did that. But I'll keep that. Okay. Well, yes, obviously there's going to be those, but I have not made them yet. Let me see. What is this gonna be? Milk bucket. And then let's call this, yeah, this will be a milk bucket. Who cares? Or bucket of milk. No, this could be bucket of spoiled milk. Hell yeah. It's like it's been here for so long. There you go. Bucket of spoiled milk. And you need this and the milk bucket and the raw antidote to get the antidote. There you go. Oh, that displays its name. Who cares? That's fine. Okay. So let me go here and right click. What? That's confusing. Uh, okay. Well, I might have done something wrong. uh, player interacts, item frame, quest item. Data get storage RPG in quest item potion. Okay. Will the player have to make antidote as a quest? As a quest? Yeah. Well, no, they just have to get the ingredients. No, that's not the problem. I just oh, yeah, I just had the wrong MBT copying from. Now it works. And then if I do Sculptor player set as quest ID 0, 0. What? Oh, it'll say you already have it, but yeah, now I can't get anything. But now if I have it, then you get it. Cool. Then it just says has if I already have the item, but I'll do a formal message somehow in some way. Okay, so I get that item, and then I get the other item. Good. Will you be able to get perks? Well, this isn't Call of Duty Zombies, so probably not. But there will obviously be some kind of player customization in the form of abilities. Oh, what is going on here? Interesting. It says I already have it. Oh, I do already have it. Oh, my bad. There we go. I just didn't know I already have it. Okay, so then you get these two items, and then you come back to this person, and this will be a NPC that you can interact with. But now I still have to develop the systems for obtaining quests, starting quests, and ending quests. Will zombies break doors? They can't break iron doors. Okay. So we have the quest items. Now I have to develop the system for quest stuff. This is where it gets weird. This is where it gets spicy. Uh, how does the NPC work? It doesn't. Okay. Okay. This gets really weird. This is gonna get really weird. But I think I can do it. I think it's possible. Also, notice I made this little back area that you can't access. This is for the NPC, like it's like their home. Yeah, and I also lit it up with lanterns so no zombies would spawn, even though I'm gonna... Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Of course I'm gonna have a website. I mean, you have to understand that there's only so many things you can do at once. And there's only so many things I can remember that you are saying that I should do, because I'm not gonna remember them in a couple months from now when I'm getting to the end of this. Am I going to make the Ender Crafter for 1.17? Maybe. There's a couple other crafting libraries out there though, besides mine, that are are probably better, honestly. Okay. Or well, I guess they don't have the multiplayer compatibility mine does, but they probably have better like ways to add things, like better UI. Okay. So let me think about this whole quest thing. So what's actually gonna happen? This is gonna be crazy, but there's gonna be a marker associated with the MP. Like markers are going to hold quests, which sounds crazy, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. So, um, and that's just for ease of access. So markers are gonna hold data. The data is going to be all the quests that you could get from that marker, right? Obviously you're gonna have an NPC at the marker so people know that you can get quests there. The quests are gonna be loaded onto an array, and the array will allow you to cycle through the quest page editor so that you can see all the quests dynamically listed, similar to how my COD Zombies listed dynamically all of the custom entities that could spawn. Then that will allow you to pick the type of quest it is, whether it's repeatable, and then also probably set the ID of the quest. If it's not repeatable, then that's the kind of thing where a player has to accept the quest and it turns off the others. It's one that you can only do one at a time. If it is repeatable, then people can do it at any time and get the items at any time. Then if the type is fetch, which means get items and bring them back, then it will have a button. It'll list items dynamically. And it'll list the items dynamically, and these dynamic items will have a button for add and remove. And remove will simply remove the item, and add will add whatever's in your hand. How will PvP work? I'm not going to have PvP in the beginning. Okay, so I wrote out all of my quest logic. Now I have to make the editor. Ugh. Okay, so this will only allow one player to work on one quest from one marker at a time. Otherwise, you're going to have like some conflict. But I imagine that you wouldn't have this happening often. Set container, summon marker right here. Tags, quest, folder. And that's really it. No, it's not a shader for the lantern glow, it's just a light block. And then let me give them some stuff. Data, quests, and then I will set up a default array. Name, text, placeholder, color, aqua, And that's good for now. So on load page, we'll do, it's called magic. No, it's not magic, it's just setting light blocks. It will do talraw at s text quest editor. Talraw at s text. And we will have buttons to go left and right. And this will display MBT, and it will be data.quests at 0 dot name, and it will do interpret true, and it will be entity at no, it will be storage temp. Okay, so up here we will do data modify storage rpg temp set from entity at e tag equals quest dot holder sort equals nearest limit equals 1. Okay, so that'll copy it from there, and I'll copy his data so I don't have to say the word data all the time. All right, and close that and reload. Then run function rpg quest editor set container and load page. Okay, so let's do data get storage rpg data gets entity at e equals quest dot holder limit equals 1 data. Okay. Dot quests at 0 dot name. Okay. Storage. Oh, storage. Oh, storage is RPG, and it needs to be temp.quests at 0. So let's run load page. And I broke that. How? Comma at the end. That's how. There you go. So now it says placeholder. I can't really do it like that though. I need the arrows to be. Yeah, I can't really do it like that because the name could be any length. So raw at s text name. There you go. And then I will put the arrows at the top. Kind of like that. There you go. So then there'll be kind of like some arrows you can click to cycle what quest you're on. Cloud join BPS? I don't know what BPS is. Oh, big data pack suffering. What about it? I'm already in it, dude. Okay. Just checking up on the Discord because people are being weird. Okay. All right, done. Maybe it's all in someone's dream that this happened. No, that's obviously that wouldn't make sense. Okay, so you have a name, and then I'm also going to add a button here for you to alter the name. It is a pencil pencil Unicode. And this is the Unicode. And there we go. I like how it looks like a pencil in that editor. There you go. So now this button, I'll make it so when you click it, it will update the name. So that's going to be cool. The actual Minecraft server, I didn't know you had a server. I don't know what the IP is, but I don't need to be on there. I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube if I go there. So now I need to have type. So we'll just have something like type. And then we will have probably an arrow here. And then we will have type. And I don't know. I'd like type to be a number, but I also like it to be verbose. So just so that it's easier to understand. So let's do type fetch. We'll make it verbose. There you go. I won't make it JSON though. There you go. So fetch, and then the arrow, you'll click and it will cycle what type of quest it is. This is going to be on a server. With the power of editing, wouldn't it be better to make a plugin? Not necessarily. Because for reasons of I don't know how to do plugins, so I would probably make it not be able to do it, and if I were able to do it, it probably wouldn't be efficient anyways, and then you'd have lag problems again. So I don't know. Take me a whole lot less time to do it in Minecraft. Okay. So then this is where we grab our menu info. Okay. Execute if data storage rpg temp dot quest set 0 dot type you don't need Visual Studio if you know how to type properly and quickly. Okay, fine. I'm gonna have a fake. It's so much easier to have type ID since we're working in storage. Okay. Execute store result score hashtag temp math run data get storage rpg temp dot quest set 0 dot type ID. Execute if score hashtag temp math matches 1 run function rpg quest slash editor slash fetch menu. Okay, fetch menu. So this will load the fetch menu for fetch quests, which is go obtain items. Alrighty then. Fetch item as well. We need a fetch item command. So fetch menu is going to do execute store results for hashtag temp1 math run data get storage RPG temp dot quests at 0 dot items. So it's going to assume that you might have some items here. Those are the items you need to obtain. And then execute if score hashtag temp1 math matches 1 or greater. Run data. No, run function RPG quest slash editor slash fetch item. And then inside here, it's going to loop. Score players remove. And then it's also going to tell raw, and it's also going to do it iteratively. So we're going to do data modify storage RPG temp1 set from storage RPG temp dot quest set 0 dot items. And I can just change this to temp1. Okay, so then we can do raw at s text no mbt, and this would be temp1 at 0 dot display dot name storage RPG interpret true, and there you go. So then in set container, let me add some defaults. ID Minecraft Ocean. Let me just add a default. 1B tag display name text potion. It'll be much easier once I have the systems in place. Dot tag dot display dot name. Reload. Do this. That. Okay. Let's go ahead and go here. Fetch menu broke. Data modify storage. This would be data remove storage RPG temp1 at 0. There you go. So now it says the word potion here in the expanded menu. I don't know if you're saying, is it worth it to learn C#? It depends on what you want to do. It's worth it if you want to do something that's coded in C#. I don't know C# really, so, but that's because I don't do things in C#. It's whether it's worth it to learn something is entirely dependent on whether you're going to use it. Okay. So this will be the expanded items menu, and then the expanded items menu needs to have buttons. And all of these menus are going to be accessible to both me and any moderator that wants to edit some stuff. And this will be a plus minus type thing, so as to not be super difficult to mess with. So it'll delete the last item in the list or add something to the end. It won't have a minus for everything. And C++ isn't the same as C#, but they're close. Okay, so these are going to be your buttons. So then this one will be color, and I'll edit the colors too. All of this stuff is going to change in terms of looks. It's going to look a lot cleaner once I add the actual functionality is first. That's what I like to say. Functionality first, baby. Okay, so boom. So now let's add a thing so I can add items, because for now we're just working on fetch quest items. So let me go back to the fetch menu and get the exact Minecraft Tools Talra code for clickable stuff. I could type it out because I do know it, but it's faster just to have a website do it. So we go here, we do click, and we do run command, and we go slash function RPG quest slash editor slash add item. Okay. There we go. So now I have it. So this does add item, this does remove item. And let me do a subfolder called fetch for fetch quests. Just because it might get messy later. So let's subfolder it out. And then let me reorganize. So we just reorganize and change this to a slash. We reorganize and change this to a slash. Just because it might get messy later. Load page, change this to a slash. And we're good. So that does add item, remove item. Now we have to actually do things to that. So add item. And this will do something. And remove item, and this will do something. Okay, so add item will run load page again after it adds the item. So data modify storage RPG temp dot quests at 0 dot items append from entity as selected item, and then data modify storage RPG temp dot quests at 0 dot items at the end dot slot. And let's remove. Get rid of the slot. Okay. And then it'll reload the page essentially. So then remove item needs to do just data remove storage -1. Just remove the last thing. Item list. And oh, then we have to update. So data modify let me just run update container. Data modify storage RPG data modify entity at e type equals marker tag equals quest dot holder sort equals nearest limit equals 1 data dot quests at 0 set from storage RPG temp. So that'll just temp at 0. So that'll just update that one entry. Nah, we'll just update everything. Now let's just yeah, okay, who cares? Okay, so if I do this, okay. Oh, because it's asynchronous. Oh, dang, that's why. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, that's how I'll just go into load page and I'll just copy this. I mean, it is kind of expensive what I have to do here, but nobody's going to be using this in real time most of the time. Okay, so if I do this, Hello? Okay, it doesn't have items. Oh, it's nested. Okay, so now when I hit minus, we're good. Okay, so then if I hit plus while holding this, a raw antidote was added, and bucket of spoiled milk was added. Remove bucket of spoiled milk, add bucket of spoiled milk. There you go. So that's a dynamic menu for you guys. Dynamic menus are very powerful, and you should. I love using them in all my projects that require user input to make life easy. Okay. Let's create a thing called get container. Get container is going to do the thing that load page does, just to, generalize things. Function RPG quest slash editor slash get container, just to, make things very clear what's happening instead of just having duplicate code. That way, if I ever change the format of container, it's clear. Okay. So now, obviously, I need to have a couple other features here. So I need to do one more thing here. Let's check in, and then let's also do, no, expand type, and this would be hashtag temp, and delete all this, hashtag temp, and then hashtag temp again, and hashtag temp again, expand type, no, type, expand. Okay, so now I'm going to have a little data thing, knowing if the type is expanded for that element. That way, this menu that shows the items can expand and contract. Because the sub menu could get really nasty for certain quests. It could be nasty. It could get big, the sub menu. So let's add another button here that allows you to expand and contrast that. So Unicode arrow down. Let's get Unicode arrows. Arrow going down. See what that looks like in game. Perfecto. Arrow going down. Okay. And then let's copy it. Hopefully it looks the same in game. Yes, it does. So then we're going to have that right. We're going to have that right here. So what we'll do is we'll copy. And we'll have two versions. And then execute if score hashtag temp matches 0 run. And then if it's 1, then that means it's been expanded, and that means that you pop it up. So then this is going to be actually a click interaction button. So then we're going to have to go to the fetch menu and copy the code used there, which is right there. And then we will go editor slash expand, type expand down. And then we'll add a quick event here that does type expand up and type expand down and up. And you might have guessed it, it's going to be very similar to the other. I'm going to do type expand down. It will get the container. It will do data modify storage, type expand, type expand, yep. Set value 1, update container load page, and then type expand up. We'll just set the value to 0. So now when I load the page, there's an arrow and arrow. Might have the wrong thing here. Let's see. Yeah, I had fetch as the subfolder. And you guys can see the menu, right? I think so. There you go. There you go. So now it'll show you the... Oh, that's not good. This has to be after. There you go. Very cool. So now you have kind of like a drop down, essentially. This is like a drop down menu that gives you info that might be related to that type of quest. In the case of fetch quests, you have a list of items, but in the case of other quests, you're going to have other things, other types. You're going to have other things. But for now, we just have fetch quests. There you go. Now it'll just say quest items. Oh, it's got to say it before. There you go. Quest items. This is a very expansive system, though. Oh, why don't I have... I guess I could put background music, but I don't like... A lot of times I'll put background music and my video will get copy striked. And then I have to... And when it comes to streams, I really don't care much about longevity, so I'll just remove the video if it gets copy striked. Kill quest. Yeah, there will be a type of quest that will probably be something where you have to kill a specific target. But I'm not here to make multiple types of quests, but I'll be right back. I'm back. I had to use the bathroom. Okay. Why is... Okay, it was in full screen. That's my bad. So we have this quest menu that's keep fleshing out all of the things required for a quest. So we need to have... Let me take away the quest items. So we need to have a quest ID as well, which I'll probably put up at the top. So let's do quest ID. If it's 0, then it doesn't do anything. If it's 1, if it's anything bigger than 0, then it isn't, it's meaningful to the quest, because it's like whether or not you can get the items without being on the quest, and whether or not you get a score when you accept it. I know I have to search royalty free, but then I have to make a playlist, and I don't want to have to make a playlist right now. Okay. Okay. Quest ID, don't need interpret. Let's go reload. Quest ID. Maybe I will... I wanted to do a score just because then if there's nothing, it will say 0. And I don't want to listen to the same song for 2 hours. That would be kind of crazy. All right, so I'm working. By the way, if anybody's just recently joining, I'm working on a menu for a quest editor so that you can dynamically add quests in game. All right, so then I'm gonna have +5 +10 +1 +5 +10, so you can edit the ID just by doing +5 +10 +1 +1 +5 +10. Wait, no, because you would need -1 -5 -10 probably. That seems kind of like a lot of things to put in one line. So maybe I make it smaller and have them on either side. Because I don't want to have to like, I want it to be easy to increment and decrement. I'll just do 10 / 5 each one, and I'll put a minus here. And then I'll do 1 / 5 / 10. I'll put a plus. Okay, that's a little bit not too bad. I could also put brackets here at the ends. Just to, can go like, just to make it seem like a button. There you go. IDs aren't going to be long, but if there's going to be a unique you need a unique ID for every quest that requires an ID. So I would like to be able to increment more than quicker than that, ideally. Okay, so now I need click events, which is going to make this tell raw command right here get really big. So let's see. Editor / quest ID / up 10 up 5 up 1 down 1 and down 5 and down 10. Okay. So then I just need to have a folder called quest ID, and then it's literally the same as my other files. So up 10 is going to go similar, but it will do it'll be this line here. Then it will be execute store result storage RPG temp.quest set 0 quest ID int1 run scoreboard players add hashtag temp math and up 5 up 1 1, and then copy them, make them down 1, down 5, down 10, and then remove. I'll look at chat after I'm done with this grinding. Remove. I could have a button that automatically makes a unique ID, but when you're creating the items need the ID as well, and then you will have to know what that ID is, and it becomes a little bit annoying. Yeah. Actually, hypothetically, I could make a random number generator that creates the quest ID, and then a button to copy. I actually like that idea, not because it's easier or less files, but because these quests are associated to markers, and the markers are all in different locations. So there's a potential that, well, you won't really, somebody might not know, like, what's the highest quest ID number, what's already taken. So I kind of like that just because it avoids the issue of accidentally writing the same number twice. So I actually like that better. So I was thinking about that problem for a while now. I was thinking, like, how are people gonna know what numbers are taken? But yeah, you can solve that by doing a unique ID. So that's totally good. And I can actually make the text here have a copy to clipboard interface, because that's just how Tailraw works. You can do copy to clipboard. So I can do copy text clipboard. No. No, I can't. No. No, I can. But the text it would need to copy is a very specific thing. No. Can I? No. Because you need to be able to copy it and move it. I'm saying you need to be able to copy whatever number it generates and paste it into a give command, because players are going, like, moderators are not going to have access to the data pack. So if they want to add a quest item, they need to use a give command to give them a quest item, maybe in a command block. But the quest item needs to have that ID that they put on that matches. So it becomes a little bit difficult. How are they going to get whatever number you give them? Besides them just... I mean, I guess they could just write it out and type it out. They could just type it out. And I'd be like, yeah, well, that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do, man. I guess I'll leave it like that for now. You're wondering, I was trying to get a DICE logo, a DICE Unicode, if they exist, but I think they do. Oh, here's one. I think so. Yeah, okay. So I'll just do that for randomize. And I will just attach a thing. And if, yeah, obviously I'm going to color and format everything when I'm done. Editor slash quest ID random. Quest ID random. Let me see. Scroll over to this to be sidebar math slash function math RNG LCG. Yeah, goes on out. Okay, cool. So then I will just do that function. And they can just type it out once and it'll be fine. And then execute store results storage RPG temp dot quest set 0 dot quest ID run data get no int 1 run scoreboard players get out map. And the chances of those two numbers being the same are incredibly low. So let me just change that. So then let me add a space here, give it some room to breathe. There you go. So now it has a random number. So you can generate a unique ID. Are you also doing Easter eggs around the map? I don't know. Trying to get the game working. It's not a map, it's a server. But I don't see a reason why those couldn't be there, but those seem like something you wouldn't do until probably the end. All right, so we have unique IDs for quests. Let me get my ID here. 7-1. Well, that's okay. So then, how about action :suggest command to copy the ID? The suggest command cannot have dynamic numbers inside of it. So that's the problem. The suggest command is hard-coded string. So, and I can't really think of something that would get me the number in a way that I could copy it. Without obviously just typing something out anyways. And it's not going to be many digits. I mean, it's going to be like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, it's going to be a finite number of digits. You know, the digits are going to be a finite number of digits. Not too many. Maybe 10. All right. So then the next thing to think about with quests is rewards. What do you get? What do you get? What is the reward? What do you get from this thing? So that'll probably be similar to a fetch menu. So I'll just copy all of the code with fetch quests, and it will just be another. Okay, so we're going to have a menu here called reward underscore expand. And we will have a expand down arrow that says, that's next to the word rewards. Rewards. And this will be if it's 1. And then we will have reward a reward expand down and down. This one needs to be up. Reward expand and the up arrow. Okay. Then we need to copy these 3 files, reward, expand. Menus are always like a lot of files, but pretty satisfying when they work. Can you not use the first bar of the marker MBT? I don't know what you mean. I mean, you could get a random number from the if you get the random number from the marker UUID, it's gonna be the same every time. So if you make two quests and you want different IDs on them on the same marker, because the marker is a list of quests. It's a list of quests. So not it's you're gonna have more than one quest on a marker. Possibly. Or maybe you won't, but most likely you will have multiple quests associated with it. Okay, so then when the reward expands, let's do reward menu. This really just doesn't matter, but sure. Well, I mean, we might have types of rewards, but I'm just gonna do a reroute here. Menu item, doop, 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 copy fetch into this, Control H. No. Reward items. So this will be your items. And let me close pages so I can just know what I'm on. Reward items. And then reward. Temp at 0. Reward items from quest at 0 dot reward dot items. Reward. 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 Okay. So now there is rewards that can expand as well. That did not quite work properly. So I have a typo somewhere. Oh, I renamed the folder menu. And there is a illegal line at line 3 because I do not have a dot. There you go. So that's reward items. So I can make it reward a glass pane, but the glass pane doesn't have a name, so you don't know what's going on. So then we can basically make an antidote and add that to the reward item. Let me show these items. Let me remove them. And well, no, I'll add them back, but also an interesting thing to do maybe is add an extra button called pop that will give you the item that it removed. I probably want that feature as well. That way you can like still mess with things. Okay, so let me just give myself something. Okay, so let me just add that there. So the item is just a stick named reward. Okay. I haven't made an XP system, so I don't really have anything in place for giving XP because I don't have an XP system. Okay. Let me do load page. Let me do Control H reward underscore with reward slash. I'm just reorganizing things. There you go. Then let me go type. Let me put type into there. Fetch into there. Okay. Let me change this. I'm just like basically reorganizing files because that happens a lot when you're working with a menu. You think that you're not going to have a lot of one thing, but then you do have a lot of one thing. So then you're like, whoa. So okay, so now I have to do all of this. That's not important. This is important. That is important. That has nothing. Good. And we're good. Oh, wait, no. I still need to do Control H, fetch underscore. No. Type underscore. I just need to do slash here and slash here. That's okay. Okay. So then I think we're good. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I have to read this page. That works. Fetch doesn't work. Type slash expand. That's why. Okay. There you go. It'd be easy enough to add and subtract the XP. Yeah, but I don't have a system in place for it, so I don't really know how I want to design it yet. I don't really know how I want that to be, so I don't really want to set that up yet. I'm only setting up things that I know I want to happen at this moment. So one of the things I'm setting up is getting items for obtaining items, and that item will be an antidote, because that's the only thing that's set in stone as what needs to happen. So now I basically have to have a whole new interface. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so involved. This is so detailed, but it's also very crucial. Oh man. This is a lot of work. This is a lot of work, this system. I knew it would be. Pains me. Pains me. Maybe I should add, I mean, I agree with you. I should probably have background music just because, oh, here. You know it won't get copyrighted? Oh shoot, that's what, oh, that's actually a data pack I thought of doing a long time ago. Oh, that's actually a really good data pack idea. I'm gonna try that. Making that now. You probably already know what I mean. A yeah, a music a music uh shuffle playlist resource pack. That'd be cool. Wouldn't that? A shuffle playlist resource pack. I don't know if the music's loud enough for you guys. Let me know. I can't tell. But like it'll shuffle like all of the songs in Minecraft and play a random one, basically. Well, I wouldn't want a data pack that does music. I would want a data pack that shuffles the default songs. No, it wouldn't be a resource pack, actually. It would just be a data pack. So then if you're, like, streaming, you can just have all the musics on shuffle, and it'll just play them with a timer, and when it runs out, it'll load the next. That'd be pretty useful. But for now, we're working on this menu because that is going to be research on my end because I have to research how long each song is. Okay, so we have a menu that has rewards. What else do we really need? We just need to complete a quest, try to complete the quests. So let's add a folder that does completion. Okay. That's actually going to become really complicated. Let me think about how I want to do. Let me think about how I want to do the quest menu for users, because obviously it's not going to be like this. This is for admins, and if I did do something that's Telraw based like this, you would have the problem of who's what. Because right now it just assumes that only one person's accessing the menu at a time, so it's able to just handle like go to the 0th element. Okay, if it's not the 0th element, cycle. So then you're gonna run into who's what, and also just readability. Like I don't want to show this clearly for users. I had some ideas for using like a villager with items in trades, but then you're limited to 2 items as the inputs. When will I do the next data pack review? I was considering doing data pack review at a different time, in a different format. Because, like, as a live stream, it's a lot of work. And it's, like, I don't know. It's not something I really want to live stream. But I wouldn't mind doing, like, I was thinking maybe do data pack review. Maybe do data pack review as a separate, like, as shorts, YouTube shorts. So I have a bunch of people send stuff in at one specific time, and then I go through all those and post them as separate 50-second videos. This song's the best. Alright, so let's just handle completion, just to get that going, instead. That way we don't have to worry about UI. So we're gonna run just this to interface for now. Okay, so that's that. So this will pull it. Then let's do data modify storage RPG in set from entity, no, from storage RPG temp dot quest set 0 dot items. That's the thing. I want not 50 seconds, but 1 minute, I think, is a short. I think so. It's like under a minute. So, I'll try and do it, but in under a minute. If it takes longer, then I just won't show everything. But at the end, it's not me, it's a review. It's not me showing every single feature of the data pack. That's what I mean. I would do it all at once. I would edit all of them and upload them all at once. Okay, so completed, and then we have to do things from here similarly. Okay, this is going to get very weird, very complicated, very quickly. Execute store results for hashtag math run data get storage RPG temp1. So this will get how many items there are. And then execute if score has a temp math matches 1 or greater. Then run function RPG quest slash complete slash items. And then scoreboard players remove hashtag temp math 1. Data remove storage RPG temp 1 at 0. Data model RPG in set from RPG temp 1 at 0. Okay. Then this is where we do this stuff. So all this code, it's going to be kind of messy, but people won't be completing quests too often. So we won't have to lose ourselves here. Quest slash complete slash per item. And let's change this from temp to temp 1. Temp to temp 1. RPG temp 2. Temp 2. Then we have per item. So then per item does the compare function. And we're going to do temp 2, temp 2, temp 2. This will load bool 1, bool 1, bool 1, and temp 1, temp 1. And this function. Okay. So then finally, the last logic here will let me get rid of all these functions here. So instead, so per item does this. In between, if they do not have it, so if bool 1, okay, so this sets bool 1 to 1. So if bool 1 matches 1, which means they don't have it, then run scoreboard players set hashtag bool math 0. Then inside here, we go bool math to 1, and then if score hashtag bool math matches 1. All right, so as confusing as that is, and you will have no idea what I'm doing, execute if score hashtag bool math matches 1, run say as all, and if it matches 0, not has, and they don't have. All right, so now if I run function RPG quest slash complete slash start, it will say not has because I don't have the items. The antidote in the spoiled bucket of milk. I don't know why I deleted them, but let me go get them again. Would it take so long to edit? I mean, it wouldn't take that long to edit, but it would take a bit to edit. But I think that what we'll both get out of it is better because the pack will probably get more views. Probably. Which is probably better for people that at least want to do it for the sake of having people see their pack. And it'll be better for me for the sake of making my efforts go to something. Okay, so then it says has all. Now if I only have one of these items, it says not has. So see how genius I am? The first try I get it working. So you're just not epic enough. If you can't get this kind of behavior working on the very first try, you're just not epic. Very epic. Okay. So now I just run the get command, which is going to do data remove block. So this is actually something that might be important. So let me go item quest obtain get. This needs to be a thing. Just in case. I just like to have it just in case. It's a safety feature. And set this from RPG this. I don't really know what will happen here either with this. But let's find out. And it did not do anything. Oh, I won't be able to test that very easily. Because I'm overwriting. This I might not get first try. That's for sure. This is a little bit weirder. Whoa! Okay. What if I do this? That just gives me one item. If I do this, it's one of those things where you have to just try a bunch of things. Okay, what if I do this? No. What if I... that? No. What if I do that? Still just get one thing. I want to get multiple things. I want to get multiple things. Okay, well, plan B. Plan B. Because I can't get this dumb thing working. Okay. Plan B is we do this again. We do all this again. We run get one. And then quest complete get one. Runs itself. Scoreboard players remove passive path. And we get these things. And we do data remove storage. And this is copying into temp1. So temp1 0, I think. That's all we need to do. RPG temp1 at 0. I think so. Oh my god. It ran infinite. Oh, because I needed the scoreboard is temp1. Yeah. What? Okay, much better. Oh no. I need to go get another one. I needed to save one. Okay, let me get that item. It should just give me one of each, but also it's not supposed to give me those items. It should be the rewards. But yeah, I know that it's only giving me one thing. I get that. Weird. So it just gave me that. Get stores result on temp. Oh, okay. I needed that. There you go. So now it gives me one of each. But now, of course, obviously, it needs to be reward dot items. And now it'll give me the reward. Hey, what's up, Forge? Even though you have your name as Swashbuckle Games. Okay, so now I have to remove the items. So that is a really complicated process yet again. I mean, this whole completion of a quest taking that requires items is a very complicated process in general. So then let's take this guy to completed, just to give myself some extra words here. So it will run get, and it will also run remove. Remove is, again, very complicated process. Very complicated process. So we're gonna have to have some general stuff. So we're gonna have to have a new function here in general. Inv, we're gonna have a new general function that does something that might be useful other places. Yeah, if only you could edit player MBT. It'd be a lot easier if you could edit player MBT. We are going to have a... Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay. Remove from slot. That's actually is easier than you might think. This is actually easier than you might think. So you have item modifiers. So you have an item modifier called decrement counts, and then you also have one called decrement counts dyne, which is dynamic. So you can actually decrement the count of an item dynamically. So no, I don't need no, because I don't think I'm gonna support like stacks, like you need a stack of things. Well, should I? I should. Okay. But then how do I put how many of a thing they're supposed to have? Oh man, this gets really bad. This gets really bad quick. This gets really bad really quick. But I'm going to solve the problem that I have in front of me, and then I'm going to solve that problem later. So set count, it should be score, it should be objective in math, and it should be fixed, and it should be in. And the scale should be 1, and it should be true. The scale should be -1. So this is going to get really... Oh my goodness, this is going to get really nasty. Oh boy. Well, let's solve this problem first. Let's go up front. So what happens when you have stacks? That's the thing. That's where it gets bad. That's where it gets bad. What happens when you have stacks? Yeah. So I'm gonna solve that problem right now, and this is where it gets bad. So basically, oh, let me fix that. But yeah, this is where it's gonna get really nasty. Let me just go back to the type menu. I have a bad thing there. Okay, so I'm gonna add this item. Oh, let me remove it. Give at me iron ingot display. Display name. It's basically like you have to be able to, let's say you have 24 of an item and the quest requires 20 of an item. So you need to leave them with 4. Alright, so we got Ingati. Just for the case of being able to see the words. So you got Ingati. And you got 9 of them. I'm going to add it. And for this guy, I need to add a display for how many of each of these there are. So let's go ahead and add that into this code here. I mean, the fact that this is possible with vanilla Minecraft commands, I think, would blow some people's minds. But to me, it's actually just it's just a normal day, you know? I know exactly the route I need to accomplish this. Okay. Interesting. Did I break something? I broke some. Not that. Oh, I didn't have a name reference. Where did I put this in? Is this in... This is in reward. Oh, I see it here. Reward. Okay, well, let me remove Iron Ingati. This needs to be in type fetch, though. Slash type slash fetch. There you go. So now it says 9 Iron Ingatis. Okay, so now it tells you the count of every item. So you can have stacks, up to 64, of course. But you could give them multiple stacks, like you could add duplicates of the same thing if you needed to check that, so it's really as many as you want. So now it comes into the equation here. Comes into the equation here of checking requirements. And I am going to do something special here by having 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like that. So I have 10 Ingatis, and it should tell me 10, and it should work if they're all, well, I'll do some, you know, for the sake of testing sake, we'll have, there you go. How long are you going to stream for? Till I feel like it is necessary that I have reached a stopping point. Till I'm done coding. So now we go to the quest complete. The quest complete is where we kill ourselves. Don't stop the stream for that. So this is where we run get one. Okay. Execute store results for in math run data get storage RPG temp1 dot count. I guess it would only work for up to 64 actually. No. Wait. No. Wait. No. What? I'm losing my mind trying to think of exactly how the best way to do this is. Oh wait, why am I in get? No, why am I in get? Needs to be in items. Okay. So we set in from there, and we set, you get in.count. Okay. Get in.count. And then you do data remove storage RPG in.count. So we saved in. Okay. So we have to disassociate the count when we're checking for the item. Then per item. Okay. We have to remove the count from the item that we're testing. But we first need to grab that. Okay. So now we grab that. So we grab the count. It will look for a match. And it will not stop at a match. This makes it stop at a match. It will not stop at a match. Okay. We will do execute if score hashtag bool1 map matches 0. Run scoreboard players operation in map minus equals in one map. Okay. Then if score in map matches 1 or greater. Okay. And then instead of bool1, we don't even need bool1 out here technically, but we'll leave it there. If score in math matches 1 or greater, which means you still have numbers on your math left, then it's a failure. You did not match. Okay. This is like, sorry, I mean, I'm sure it gets boring for some people because this is very complicated. It's not easy. But at some point I needed to do this code. So it says not as, okay. So now I have to start to figure out why it doesn't work, because I had a feeling this wouldn't work first time. Objective, math, name, and this will always be archived. You can come back later if you want. Okay. One text. There we go. Okay, so we have an arrow going to the right, and an arrow coming in, and an arrow going out, and that will help me figure out what's going on, like when. So if I reload it, and I run complete start, so you have 1, which becomes 0, 1, which becomes 0, 9, which goes down to 5. Not has. Okay. So it stopped because 9 decremented to 5, which means it saw the 4, which is good. You're on the right track. Good job. Okay. This is the second longest string, and 10 minutes is gonna be the longest? That's actually funny. I didn't even realize. Okay. It's important. Okay, so we have a count of 1, 35, 14, 9, 36, 4. Okay. What? No, I should see 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see the 2 and the 3. So it's just grabbing these guys in here and then it's ending. Okay, 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 I see the problem. Seven? Wait. 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Iron and Gotti. Iron and Gotti. Count 3B. Count 2B. Man, this sucks. I don't really know why it's stopping early. I just need to figure that out. Because it's working, it's just stopping early. It's not getting to all the numbers. ITT 12. Okay, so iterations 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, it's doing 12 and 12. Okay. How about I do execute if, whoa, execute if data storage RPG temp2 at -1 dot count run. What if I do that? So somewhere along the way in one is not right. What? Okay. How about instead? How about instead we tell raw that? Tell raw at s tempt temp2 at -1 dot temp2 at -1 storage RPG. Let's do that. Interesting. So all these iron ingots are not having a count for some reason. That's actually really interesting to me. Yeah, because the numbers are here in this step, but the numbers are gone in this step. That's kind of interesting to me. The numbers are here in this step. The numbers are here in this step. The numbers are gone in the next step. That sucks. Why does that happen? Maybe I just need an extra space to hold this. Maybe I need to go set from storage RPG temp3. And then start temp3 set from inventory. Maybe that needs to happen. No, it's still doing this weird behavior. That is really peculiar. It's really peculiar. Uh, yeah, that is really peculiar. Let me try Talrawing this guy every time. Let's give myself a fat printout. I'll remove all this stuff from my inventory just to make my life easier. The fat printout. Yeah, they still have the counts. They're all good. I don't see a problem here. Count 4B right there. But the counts literally magically change numbers. Is that a bug? I have a YouTube tutorial on data storage. The wiki will also tell you how to use the command. Man, is that a bug? What is going on? Yeah, because you can clearly see slot count 3B here in the array, and now it's not there. What is going on, dude? What is going on? Well, okay, wait, no, let me think about this. I need to think about this. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, kill me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That's how you know it's just about time to stop this. I see the problem. This needs to always remove. Additionally. There we go. So it gave me the stick. Now, I need 9 Ingatis. It'll still give me the stick because I have 9. But now I don't have 9. And it says I don't have it. Oh, perfect, dude. And then if I had 64. Perfecto, bro. Perfecto. Perfecto. I love it. I love it. Okay. Mm, okay. I'm just thinking, because this won't support more than a stack of 64. But I think we'll just live with that for now, knowing that it's possible to support a stack of 64 if you want. At some point I could get it working, but it's a lot more code to get that working. Let's just go with get. And also we need remove. So now we have checking, now we need remove. So like we haven't even done the hard part. We're actually still have not solved our problem of remove, but now at least we know when somebody has, 64 or the minimum count. Now we have to remove the items that they used initially. But oh, I need a different item here. I'm just going to give myself a backup copy so that I can. Yep. Okay, so now I have remove dynamic. So now the remove dynamic is going to be easier. So what we need to do is again cycle through all the items. And cycle through all the items, find the match, copy this slot. Oh man, this gets really annoying. Okay. 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 So remove is going to do all this exactly the same. in math contains the amount to remove. Now, remove per item. Remove per item. It will look if they are the same. Ah, man, you really don't have a good way to do this. Really don't have a good way to do this. You just have to go back to everything and remove. So if they are the same, remove one from in. Okay, that makes sense. Man, this sucks. This sucks. This sucks trying to do this. Jeebus. So now the slot is on into. The count of that thing in that slot is there. We need to remove how many there are. Then into... No. If that's 0, then I need to run another function. This function needs to go... RPG colon... I'm going to stick this on into count. Into is going to be there. This should never happen. But I'll leave it as a option. Okay. I want it on into so I can have in here. Just for stuff. Now general slash remove dyn. Okay. So now I have remove dynamic. No, env slash remove from slot. Env slash remove from slot. Okay. This needs to be this needs to be this needs to be in 1 and this needs to be in, which is the count of the thing that you're at. In needs to be subtracted from in 2. Execute if score run that needs to subtract there. Total things left. Total things left minus that thing. I need to use paper and write stuff out. So So you're going to remove, so that tells you how much more stuff you have to remove. And then count has to minus the things left. Okay. This gets a little bit difficult. So I'm going to separate it. Just so I can see better. So this is what I need to do. Temp needs to be in. Into needs in, no. In needs to be subtracted by into. Okay. And into needs to be subtracted from temp. And finally, we need to run this function. So now I have general inv remove from slot, execute if score. In one match is 0, run, and then I need to have a list of item commands. Hotbar.0 RPG decrement count dine. So now I have to just have a library of these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh. Then I will add these later. Let's just see what happens when I run it. No errors, but didn't work properly. So let's go ahead and do talraw add s score objective math name in. So this is how many the count is. How many the count is coming from. And a minus symbol. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I have to add some stuff to... So in Start, there's a bunch of stuff before you run... Well, in Completed. No, in Start, there's a bunch of stuff you run before items. I need to do that again before I run remove. Really? Three. Okay, so it is running something. Okay, so that runs remove. What happens in remove? Zero, zero, zero. Hello? 3000. Oh. No. Okay. Temp one at 0. Into 119. Okay, so we get 119, failed to remove, failed to remove, failed to remove. Well, let me change this. Failed to remove, failed to remove, failed to remove. Okay. RPG in. Is it the same? Oh, I have to remove the slot number. Okay, so we get 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. Okay. That propagates... Uh... That propagates hashtag temp, which is bad. Okay, so let's just do temp 3, just to move around a little bit here. Okay, so 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 9 minus 32. 9 minus 32? Yeah, okay. And then remove from slot needs to be, tell me some stuff here. So let's go slot. Okay, so this isn't running. Oh, because it's not a right path here. Okay. Slot of 0, count of 0. What? how much to remove. Huh. Let me think about the logic here. Count of 23? Wait. 32 minus 9 is 23. No. We need to remove 9. We need to remove... oh my goodness. We need to remove whatever is left. Whatever is possible. So... So if we take max minus count, no. Oh, we should just remove that, whatever that is. Should just do that. There we go. Okay. They removed everything from me, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. Once I get the item modifier working. Remove count dynamic. Negative. In score. Add true. Oh, wait, no. I have to do scoreboard layers operation in math minus equals into math. Yeah, I have to do some other stuff. Temp math equals in math. Let's try temp 3. Okay, so it copies the count that you're at. And then in has to be removed from the in to execute if score in math matches dot -1 runs scoreboard players set in math 0. Wait. It'll be easier if I just do set by slot. Okay, so if I just do set by slot and do a new function called set by slot so that it makes sense. Control H, decrement count dyne to set count. Okay, get some of these items. Hey! Hey, wait. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And now it says I don't have it. So then, let's say I have exactly 9. Wait, I didn't do that, right? Oh, wait, in minus into. Okay. Right. Oh, I just had 55. Okay. Well, let's just make sure. Let's do 2 of these. There you go. So I'm still left with 1. This is going to be probably the most intensive test I can do. Oh, that's not good. I'm a little confused though. Oh, because into is the count, that's why. No, no sweating here. I haven't added handling for the other. Hey! All 9 is gone. Okay, let's try 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, let me do like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah! Oh man, that was the hardest set of commands I had to write in the past quite a while. Jesus. Jesus. Now I just have to get all of the slots working. So there's no exploits. Seems like people are joining back. I was able to get over my ginormous kind of setback in my confusion here, but I was able to overcome the challenge, and now we are done. Done with quest, getting items. Okay, so let me see what slot this is. 35. Okay, yeah, I'm right. It is 35. Uh, if it's negative 106, then it's weapon dot offhand, right? Armor dot head, feet, chest. Okay. It's armor dot head, feet, chest, legs. Oh, all right, guys, all right. So now if I put that there and I put some stuff here, and yeah, and let me get these back here, and I run this. It, I think that worked. I don't know. It's a lot of commands though, I will say, but whatever it takes, my dude. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. All right. All right. That is a good stopping point. So, what did we get today in conclusion? Lots of pain, but from that pain, we got something great. We completed the, as I wanted to earlier, we completed the first quest and setting up the first quest. So, we created a quest editor with drop-down menu for fetch quests and drop-down menu for reward items that lists the count of the items as well as what items are there. You can add items with a plus from your main hand, or you can minus to delete the last element in the list. You can get a quest ID using the dice, that'll be a random number, and it has a name as well associated with it. In addition, those items, you can obtain them by creating pick-upable things. The pick-upable things are created with a function that I'm not going to run right now, but you can just get them like that, and you only get one of them at a time. If you have all of the things inside the quest list and you run the function complete start, it will run a bunch of commands to tell you if you don't have it, but if you do have it, it will remove the exact items that are the requirements and give you the exact rewards. Very complex system there. Something that is incredibly easy to do if you want to do it the non-dynamic way, in the sense of if item, if this item, if that item, if that item, then give it / give hard-coded thing. But this is way dynamic because I can add these items dynamically with data. This is what I would refer to as data-driven quests. Granted, a lot of people would say data-driven. Obviously, data-driven is like you read things from a sensor and then the sensor helps you make decisions, but I say it's kind of data driven in the sense that it's like database driven, like users add things to a database and quests are read and evaluated from the database, which is really difficult. The whole remove, making it work for counts, so if you have stacks of something it will remove only as much as it's supposed to. That really threw me in for a that was a twist right there. But thanks for showing up, those of you that did. I'm surprised that 15 of you are still here the whole time, but thanks for sticking by, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll have some user play side, because this is very creator side, but we'll have the player side next. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.